Can't see mouth moving. He's talking. Oh, there you are. Can you stand up and let everybody hear you? I like your hat.
My humble guess is that they were sped up evolutionarily by antibacterials. So they're evolving faster than our body and live with them.
That's a really good theory. I tend to agree with you. Anybody else?
There's a great talk on TED Talk about bacteria. She does a whole talk about how we're made of bacteria and how bad bacteria overpopulate. It's a really great talk when you do some more research on bacteria.
It's on TED, and who's the speaker?
I don't know, just put in bacteria and it'll come up. It's all about her background, and her students are all working on how to naturally work against this disease-resistant or bacteria-resistant
antibiotic resistant.
That's what I'm talking about.
They're scary. We're all scared of them, and we should be scared of them because they're killing people. But why are they killing people? They're killing people because most people are exposed to antibiotics whether they take antibiotics or not. Because they're in the dairy, they're in the meat, they're in the water. Okay, we're getting antibiotics. Chlorine is an antibiotic. It kills bacteria. We're chlorinating ourselves whether we drink chlorinated water or not because we're taking showers in it, right? We're taking baths in it. We're swimming in it. So this is why we are all bombarded with these antibacterials, right? And so our microflora beneficials are just as affected. They're destroyed. They're wiped out. Okay, so what do? We ferment our food. We give ourselves that advantage. We boost our immunity through increasing the microflora in our digestive tract. Please.
Okay. Yeah, I think of it as like an imbalance. If you've got lots of beneficial microorganisms and you've got ones that aren't beneficial, at least they're balancing each other. But what happens when you get sick is that you have an imbalance.
Exactly.
So everybody's got bad bacteria inside, but it's that those are in higher levels than they should be.
Right. So we want to do what the cows do. When we feed the cows what they naturally eat, okay, what bison ate on the plains, which is grass, then they're making all these beneficials. Their gut is full of beneficials, and that's what keeps them healthy. That's why when we drink their milk, we don't get sick. The same applies for us. When we eat what we were evolved to eat, which is not Frito-Lay, it's not Kraft, it's not Betty Crocker, it's not genetically modified. That's not what we evolved to eat. We evolved to eat animals that ate grass and were pasture and their products like eggs and milk, and we evolved to eat vegetables that are in their natural state and even enhanced through fermentation. So, okay, look at this beautiful bowl of cabbage we have. We have different sizes, different shapes. That's good. That's what we want. So I'm going to show you how easy this is. You're not going to believe it. You're going to go home and do it today. I know it. You can do this with any vegetable. This does not have to be cabbage. Okay, you can experiment. You can use herbs. I like to make something called ginger carrots, where you take about 4 cups of grated carrots and then about a tablespoon of ginger and grate that in there. And then you do the same process. Oh, come back in 3 days and it's heaven. Okay, this is all I'm going to do. Tablespoon of sea salt, okay? Sprinkle over the top. This is an inoculant, okay? So you don't need this, but if you use this, you can guarantee successful results with your fermentation. Okay, because this will start the process. This is lactobacteria in a spoon. That's what this is. Okay, I'm going to use 4 tablespoons. Give or take. This is not science, this is art. Okay, this is alchemy.
Can I ask you a question about the sorry?
No problem.
I was going to make cream cheese tonight, actually, with my kids, but
awesome.
I was going to use just organic. I've just bought organic, so it's obviously been pasteurized. What am I missing out on?
You can use yogurt. If you want to make cream cheese with pasteurized milk, then you want to get pasteurized whole milk yogurt. The only company I know of that makes it for sure is Strauss. Okay, Strauss has their cows on grass most of the year.
So I'm going to use creme fraiche.
Creme fraiche you make with cream.
With the yogurt as the starter.
You can use yogurt as a starter. Buttermilk's even more.
Oh,
yeah,
I've got that too.
Yeah, buttermilk. Okay, so a pint, this is 2, but a pint of cream, a tablespoon of buttermilk, stir, put on top of your fridge for 24 hours, come back, you have the most beautiful sour cream you've ever had in your life. They call it creme fraiche in France, and they use it for everything. It's totally gourmet. recipes that I'm talking about are in this cookbook. Okay, this is Nourishing Traditions. It's the cookbook that is recipes from this man's work. So Dr. Price's research was condensed by a woman named Sally Fallon into this cookbook. Okay, so this is like indigenous principles for modern kitchens, all right? So you can learn how to do bone broth, you can learn how to ferment vegetables, how to culture dairy, how to utilize organ meats in a way that will make your family gag. Really cool stuff. So Alicia brought a couple of them, right? You want to sell them? Okay.
I can sell it.
Okay, if you're interested.
$25 a piece.
25 is actually $2 less than you'll get them for on Amazon, I think. So it's a bargain.
Can you use your juice from your previous sauerkraut for your inoculant?
You can, absolutely. He asked if you can use the juice from your previous sauerkraut as your inoculant, and you can. So this is all you do, kids. This is it. You just squeeze it. You squeeze it and you squeeze it, and it feels really good in your hands. You feel like you're in touch with your ancestral grandmother. It's like making bread, you know, the kneading process. It really works out your frustrations and aggressions. And look what's happening. What's happening is the salt is pulling the liquid out, okay? Just do this till you get tired of it, really. It's already ready. And then you take a jar, and once again, kitchen cleanliness. No sterilization is needed for this process at all, okay? Because this is all beneficial bacteria now. The leaves of the cabbage are coated in lactobacteria, all right? The salt will keep any pathogenic bacteria at bay until all the rest of the lactobacteria get to work and multiply and make more babies. This is an anaerobic process, so we're going to make sure that the cabbage is completely covered in liquid to keep the oxygen out, because otherwise we'll get mold. It won't kill you, but it might kind of mess with your results. If we had more time, we would do more cabbage, and then you could fill this up. I like this with dill. This is really good with dill, but you can use any herb that you enjoy. When you make those ginger carrots I talked about, a lot of times I'll take pickled ginger that you would use for sushi and cut that up real fine and put that in there too. It's delicious. Okay, see what I'm doing? I'm just pushing it down with my fist, and up comes the liquid. The brine is rising to the top. Now there's a little bit left. Pour that in there. You want to get as much off the top part as you can so that you're not encouraging mold to grow. That's it. Put your lid on, screw it on tight, put it in your cupboard. About 3 days. Take it out, put it in the fridge. If you have a cold storage of some kind, like a cellar, then put it there. But if not, just put it in the warmest part of your refrigerator. So for some people that's the top, for some people that's the bottom, or even the door of the refrigerator is a good place to keep it. This will last for a really long time, unless you're smart and you eat it all really fast. So you see how long that took? It was nothing. You could do this like a couple times a week. Experiment with different vegetables. Make this a part of your daily life. Eat these vegetables with every meal. Or a lacto-fermented beverage. How many of you drink kombucha or know what kombucha is? Oh my gosh, almost everybody. Also, really easy to make. The recipe's in the book. If you're lazy like me, you go and buy it. Actually, I have 6 jars of kombucha going all the time, but my family just plows through it. It's delicious. Same principle. What you're doing is you're inoculating your digestive tract. You're protecting yourself from bad bacteria, if there is such a thing. I tend to agree with you. I think it's all about balance. I don't really think there is any such thing as bad bacteria. Okay? It's just life, right? We're just living on the planet. We're coexisting with other organisms. All right? They're not out to get us. That's not the way it works. What happens is we lower our resistance, okay? We compromise our terrain, and then they come because they get the signal. Death is happening here. Pathogenic bacteria are the only ones brave enough to come eat something that's dying. Really. That's their job. If they didn't, the planet would be, just piled high in dead bodies. Truthfully. It's true. So they have a purpose on the planet. Okay? If we give them